lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento, swing y lo ponchó. Ponche de Alvarado, amigos. Hello everyone, and welcome to Phillies Weekly. Another week. Wow, this is as ugly as it gets. Last week we went 2-4. This week 1-5. Guys, it ain't pretty. How we doing, everybody?
Pretty. It's not pretty, that's for sure. That was a tough watch tonight.
We got Tyler with us today after the game. I mean, thank you, Tyler, for joining us. I mean, it's just as ugly as a start with 8-13 as I've seen in a while. I don't know if it's worse than what we had before. I thought we were like 7-10 on previous starts, Jeff. Some of the numbers that you have there, but this is as ugly as it gets. And to me, it's less about the ugly part of it. Is I'm not feeling the vibe on this team. I mean, maybe if Schwarber would have gotten that ball past Acuna, maybe they could have turned the magic around. But I mean, so far, it has not been pretty so far.
It's a very even keel team. I'll just say that. Look, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I'm the type of guy, I always wear my emotions on my sleeve, but I can tell you as a competitor in our sport, that is not the best thing to do. So maybe it's better that they're even keel. I'm glad a lot of these guys do not have social media because negativity sparks engagement, as we all know. But it doesn't look good right now. They're not hitting, and I'll be honest, everybody wants this guy fired, that guy traded, this. Look, the 4-hitter is not hitting. The 6-hitter is not hitting. The 7-hitter is not hitting. The 8-hitter is not hitting. This is the product why you can't score more than 2 runs a game. Bryson Stott is unplayable. Alec Boehm is unplayable, and there's no one to replace him. That is the problem right now.
I'm gonna show you. What, you know what? Let's jump directly into it because this. I know it's today we'll have a shorter show because of the time, but I'll jump directly into this, Jeff. Now that you're talking about this. I'll jump directly into this slide. Look at this thing. I mean, just take a look admire this thing. Look, this is the interesting part, right? You're talking about the thing on the right. So our first hitter, which is Turner, 692. Then you have Schwarber and Harper in green at 871 and 880. Everyone else underneath that is in red. That means it's way below the average in MLB, which is 740, 730, 740.
The strength of this team going into the season, I thought, in their lineup was the bottom with the 7-hitter, right?
Look at the
499 you're getting out of that.
Look at the stat on the left. The Phillies are the last team in all of baseball with at-bats with runners in the scoring position. So basically what we're doing is we're hitting the home run. I mean, maybe we had one day when we scored 13 runs against the Cubs this week.
Take that out. And
I mean, that's an outlier. That's an outlier. The reality is what this is telling you is we have the lowest number of at-bats in all of baseball. We're number 30 in at-bats. So look at the stats with runners in scoring position. Wow, 246, 347 on base percentage. We have a 779, which is top 10 in baseball in terms of OBS. Yeah, but we're not on base. And we strike out 27% of the time when we're on base, by the way, when we have runners on base. You know what? How many? You know, in this series, we went I think, for 16 in this series with runners in scoring position. 0 for 16, guys. We're just not getting enough. I mean, the red tells you here on the right that we're not getting enough runners in a scoring. We're not getting enough runners for us to hit with runners in scoring position.
How do you fix that?
Yeah, look, this is one of those things where even if you do fire Kevin Long, I mean, the guy, he's not swinging the bat. I mean, they are. So
it's on the players, guys. It's on the players. They need to take pride. And I know and the challenge is that it because baseball is so much, the mental part of baseball is so important, that when they start putting too much pressure on themselves, that everybody wants to be Superman and be a hero, and that's where the thing completely falls apart. I mean, unfortunately, Crawford now is not hitting the way he was hitting. He got a base hit today, but he had a number of at-bats. I mean, poor Marchand, man. I think Marchand is like 0 for 24 at this point.
Hey, that's Tyler. Remember when they fired the hitting coach in 2019? I'm drawing the blank on the guy's name. I know
John Malley.
John Malley, the hitting guru, right? And remember, like, the offense was fixed for like 4 days against the Cubs, and then all of a sudden went back to their problems.
Yeah, I mean,
firing Kevin Long isn't it?
Oh, it is not. I mean, it ain't on Kevin Long. It is a combination of things. And guys, let me tell you, the bottom line here, it starts at the top in my view. It starts with Turner. It starts with Harper. It starts with Schwarber. They need to lead this team. I know Harper has been hitting better in the first like 3 weeks of the season. I mean, he's been doing his part. But look, it is the collective part. And I didn't like, for example, an answer that Harper gave a week ago. I think, Jeff, you were in the clubhouse there when he said, well, that's the other guys. I mean, look, you're the leader of this team. I mean, take ownership. I mean, that's take ownership, and you're the leader of this team. You need to lead this
Kyle
back.
Schwarber does it. Trey Turner does it. They take ownership.
And again, like, I don't want to quote exactly what he said, but I remember him saying, ask the other guys, look, you need to show, you need to be the leader. Schwarber needs to be the leader. Turner needs to be the leader. There's a lot of question marks right now, and that's what happens when these things happen. Look at the Mets. They've lost 11 straight. We've lost 5 straight.
Schwarber said to me last week he didn't think they were pressing when I asked him. I think they are pressing a little bit. I think they're all trying to do too much. They're all trying to get that hit. It's not hero ball. They're just trying to do something, right? You know, and they're not. No one's doing it. And I think the top of the order is trying to overcompensate for the lack of production the middle of the order is giving them right now.
Yeah, it is painful. I mean, it is a problem, and we need to. Tyler, do you mind just forwarding it to your audience, if you don't mind, the direct link, so we can get as many people? That would be great, brother. Look, 148 at bats against with runners in scoring position is, and then look at the numbers with left-handed pitching: 179, 272, OPS of 548. I mean, it's just bad. I mean, whichever way you want to look at it, it is just bad. And look. I mean, to be honest with you, what are the answers? I mean, why are they starting it slow? And those are the big questions. And to me, it boils down to the players. Look, I was listening to the Mets game today because I knew they were winning 1-0, and I wanted to know Williams was pitching, and I wanted to hear the end of the game. Well, they allow the run. Actually, Conforto paid them back for letting him go, and he hit a double to tie bring a run in to tie the game with 1 out in the 9th inning, and then they lost on the bottom of the 10th inning. And then they talked to Lindor after the game, and Lindor said, should we fire Mendoza? And he said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think that solves anything, right?
Yeah, like, absolutely.
You know why everybody wants to fire a coach? Because the coach is the one that always gets fired. It doesn't mean it's going to change anything.
It's the easy thing to do. It's the easier thing to do of all the things, because you cannot fire the players. They make too much money, and that's a reality of things. I mean, look, what are you going to do with Taijuan Walker? He's not performing. Now they're going to bring him back. I mean, after they're going to have a starter, and then he's going to come in. I mean, how do you solve this? I mean,
it's like last night's perfect example, right? Bryson Stott sits for Edmundo Sosa. Play Sosa more. Well, you just saw what happens when you play Sosa more. An error that cost them 3 runs.
Absolutely. Cost you the game.
We can say that cost them the game, but then the offense doesn't show up either. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a combination of errors.
I'm gonna show you. Let me take this out and go back. I mean, you forced me to go here with so I wanted to show you, because you were talking about that same issue. So I wanted to kind of show you where we are.
You know what my biggest issue is right now with this team? When they go down, they don't come back. Period. It just felt like when it was 4-2, the game was over tonight.
And
just
the
like
other
last
thing,
night.
They're just beginnings. I mean, they just have a big inning in a game, and that's it. They don't do they pack it up and they say we're not going to do anything more. I mean, look at today. You start the game with a home run. Where was the offense the rest of the game? I mean, it's non-existent. It's non-existent.
The first two guys got a hit, and then what did they have, like 3 hits going into the ninth?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Look at this was the Cup series, right? We scored 13 runs. This was the anomaly and the outlier, right? We win. Look at how we did with runners in scoring position in that game. We won 8 for 14, even though we left 8 on base. I mean,
and then the next night, it looks like they got the momentum going again. They get the 3-run home run from Sosa, and you're like, okay, things are going. And then the 5th inning happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Mesa can't get an out.
Yeah. And then the next game, Luzardo basically, I mean, it's in the 3rd inning, he just collapses. I mean, that's
I like Jesus Luzardo, but he's not a stopper to me. And that's what bothers me about him sometimes.
And it's just baffling how this continues to happen to him, how he has these stretches.
What happens is he's a very streaky pitcher. He's going to have stretches like this, but then he's going to go 5 outings where he strikes everybody out, and it's very hard.
I agree.
Yeah, he's tremendously talented. He showed me a lot in the postseason last year against that series with the Dodgers. He showed me a lot.
That's why he got paid. Honestly,
he got paid, and he should have gotten paid. And I think he'll be fine. I'm not worried about Luzardo. I think Luzardo will be fine. Christopher Sanchez will be fine. Now the big question, and we'll talk about that in a minute about Wheeler. But look at our series here with the Braves.
But here's the thing, Oscar. We think they're going to be fine. I agree with you. I think they're going to be fine. They need to be better and fine right now because this team is built on pitching and they're not hitting and they're not pitching well.
They're not pitching and they're not pitching, they're not hitting, and they're not fielding. So they're not doing anything right, and that's a problem. I mean,
they're bad. It's a bad baseball team right now.
Today we lost 4-2. The Braves scored on 2 little ground balls. I mean, little ground balls. I mean, they didn't hit the ball hard. I mean, outside of
I didn't think the Braves did anything impressive tonight outside of the Riley throw and the Acuna catch. Like,
and it's wild because it seems like nothing is going the Phillies' way at all. Like that Stott double that they got was like the only lucky thing that I've seen this entire series. It feels like.
Yeah. But you know what? To me too, the Braves are just so much better than the Phillies and everybody in this division right now. They're doing the exact opposite of what they did last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what's going on here, guys? I mean, it just doesn't. I mean, look at this: 15-7 and 8-13. I mean, now we are against the ropes. That is a problem.
6.5 now, right, Oscar?
That is 6.5. So now, I mean, look
make that up.
It's a problem. It is a problem.
They were not down more than 5 at any point last year.
Yeah. We're 6 in losing column.
Oh, by the way, for negativity sparks engagement, I remember the season was over last year when they were down 5 to the Mets, too.
So, you know what? It reminds me when we were in Citi Field last year that we got swept by the Mets. But unfortunately, it has been 21 games. It feels that the season has started like that, where we cannot do anything right, where our bats doesn't wake up. My biggest concern with this, and going back to that chart that we showed before, they don't play. We talked about complementary. They don't complement each other. It's just individual guys that hit a home run here and there, play, and that's why I call hero ball. It's not going to work, guys. You have to manufacture runs in baseball.
Oscar, refresh my memory. After that Mets series, didn't they play the Cubs in Wrigley? And they won like 9 or 10.
They lost 2. I think they won. I remember Nola pitched one on that Friday. And he lost that game, and I think we won the remaining 2 games, and then we took off. I remember vividly.
And they never looked back after that. It's weird, like how this team is streaky like that. Like to your point.
But look at the lineup, guys. Look at the lineup. Turner. I mean, Turner with that big swing. He needs to start hitting to right field. I want to see hits to right field. I don't want home runs from Turner. I want hits. Today, he cannot strike out in that situation. You cannot strike out, period. You can't.
No, it was terrible at bat at the end there.
You have to be a contact hitter. You need to be a contact hitter.
Does it feel like right now the worst you can think for any of these guys in this lineup they're actually doing?
It's just, I mean, and Harper and Schwarber, they don't have anybody on base, and they're swinging for the fences. I mean, Harper is doing his part, and then anybody else, Garcia. Look, we're trying to play Garcia, an outstanding outfielder, guys. Whatever, I mean, you can tell me whatever you want about Garcia, but he can play outfield like nobody. Look, he has a gun.
It's funny. He's actually worth what he is worth, $10 million for the defensive. Like, you're getting what you're getting out of him. You can't be upset with him.
No, he's going to hit a lot of home runs. When he gets hot, he's going to hit you in a matter of 2 weeks. He's probably going to give you 8 home runs. And you're going to say, wow, this guy, but he's like that. He's very streaky.
But is Bryson Stott and Alec Bohm still going to be hitting under the Mendoza line when he does this?
I think he got on base 4 times. Garcia this weekend, but he didn't get a hit. We were all base on balls.
Oh no, look, Adolis Garcia, look, to me, he's not the problem. The problem is, like you said, Oscar, it's everybody else right now. Like, you're just not getting anything from Bryson Stott or Alec Bohm. Nothing.
And it's pretty wild how Stott was so hot in spring training and then just came out of it.
Spring training, pitching against minor league pitchers. I mean, in the majority of cases.
And then you know what? Like I said, it's hard for me to criticize Rob Thompson. I do criticize him, but I did not like Bryson Stott hitting 5th from day one. And I said, okay, well, Rob Thompson wins a lot of games, and Bryson Stott's been hitting since last July. Give it a shot.
Look at the weeks, guys. 1-2, 4-2, 2-4, and 1-5. But that's not the worst part of it. Look, we started scoring the first 2 weeks, or the Texas series, and then Washington and Colorado, 4 runs per game. 283 last week and 367. Remember the 4 runs. You need at least 4 runs per week to be able to be in green and be positive. How about the
7 runs allowed? Oh,
look at God. Exactly. Look at the runs we're allowing. 533, 4. I update this weekly, right? You know what was our ERA a week ago? 4.30. We are 0.5 runs per game more this week than last week.
That is unacceptable with this starting pitching staff. Period. I don't want to hear about Taijuan. Taijuan Walker is a major league pitcher, but he's not pitching like one.
No, exactly. I mean, it's
he can't pitch in the first inning. They've tried everything. Now they're trying an opener. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Oh, by the way, Zack Wheeler ain't coming to save you because his velocity's down right now. He's going to have to figure it out, and he's openly admitted this, by the way.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, right now they are a bad team. I ain't disagreeing with them.
Yeah, 4-2, and he was done.
Hey, he's not wrong either. Nobody's wrong here.
Yeah, I mean,
this is reasonable. This is rational.
It's just let me go back to a couple of things. You guys making me move back and forward. This is kind of overall, kind of where this team is. I like to show, and then there is a bad team. Talking about bad team, look at our record against left-handed pitching, guys. 2-8.
Terrible.
We're gonna get a lefty in every game from now till the end of the season.
That's how you beat this baseball team. You just throw lefties at them. Lefty after lefty.
I posted a stat earlier about comparing the 2025 and 2026 stats against left-handed pitchers, and only Harper and Garcia are doing better. Every single player on the team is doing worse besides those 2.
Tyler,
and Garcia is barely doing better.
Isn't it crazy? Last year they were good against left-handed pitching.
Yeah,
it was across the board.
And Schwarber, even when you had the opener, unstoppable. And Harper's still fine, but it's incredible. Even Turner's been awful against left-handed pitchers this year.
No one thought Edmundo Sosa would struggle against lefties the way he's doing. No one thought Otto Kemp would be as bad as he's been, and now he's not even here. It's.
Right. I mean, but Mundito doesn't have enough of that either. I mean, it's like
no, he doesn't. A lot of these guys don't.
But I think the problem with Sosa is you never know what you're going to get from him. You know, some games he's really good, and other games he's just really bad.
He's a 10th man, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. 5-10 at home. We've lost 4 series at home, guys.
Here is my biggest fear with this baseball team, and this is what happens when you tempt fate to me. They were old last year. They're old again. is this it? Like, is this
I don't
the
think
age
it's
thing?
the old. For some reason, there's something that tells me it's not the old. It's who they are. I mean, look at what happened last year in the playoffs,
But
guys.
I'm just telling you,
last...
I've seen Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, and Jimmy Rollins decline at this age.
Yeah, fair.
I've seen
But
it.
then I also see Stott and Bohm, who aren't that old, and they're just doing nothing.
Bingo.
Well, yeah.
I'm more worried about them than I'm worried about Turner. Turner worries me a little bit, and I give you this. I gave you this stat in the other day, Jeff, in Phillies fastball. I gave you this stat that he has I think the lowest barrel rate of his entire career right now,
which is crazy to me.
I mean, it's just the lowest hard hit and the lowest barrel rate of his career right now, Trey Turner. So it's like,
you know what I think, dude, the biggest issue is with the whole Stott Bohm thing. Who are you replacing these guys with?
You can't. I mean,
in the minor leagues.
Arun Escobar, dude. Arun Escobar is coming. I mean,
he's coming, but he's not ready. Like, these guys aren't ready yet.
Hey, he hit a home run against Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole was pitching against him.
He's a good player, but I'm not ruining the development of Arun Escobar because Bryson Stott can't hit.
Hey, Tyler, go out there and say Oscar said that Arun Escobar needs to be our second baseman.
I'm sure.
Tyler,
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you right now, which is kind of crazy.
Because he hit a home run against Garrett Cole.
Tyler, you and I know this. Like, I'm going to start telling people Google Kay Henninger. Like, you're not going to like the stats right now, but he has the tools to be the catcher of the future here.
Yeah.
He's just not ready.
No, he's not ready, but even in spring training, you saw that he could hit. So,
yeah. To me, right now, how this lineup is configured, guys, is the way the lineup is Turner. I mean, if you go back and going back to that image that we have, just give me a second. I'll go back in a second with it. Just give me 1 minute. This thing is slow on me today. So I'm gonna pull it out.
I'm just looking at like who would you bring up? You brought up Reyes.
No, you can. You don't have a solution. You don't have a solution. A short term solution.
And again, I really don't like how they brought up Reyes. Oh, go ahead. Go against Chris Sale.
That's what I was going to say. I was very surprised that he was actually the one that they pulled the trigger for. I know he's been hitting well, but that's just not something that they would have generally done this early.
And they were talking about this like earlier in the week, and I always heard it was Baroa because they need another center fielder. And then like I remember the conversation got big with Reyes later in the week, and I tried talking to some people. Tyler found something. I found something, and like we were trying to connect the dots, and all we knew was he wasn't in Lehigh.
They wanted to bring a spark. They wanted to bring a spark with the kid. The kid was hitting out of his mind.
And he's 25 years old, and he better do it now.
He's a good hitter. I mean, he can hit. He can hit. The question is, you sit him today. I mean, it's like
put him at third.
Who cares, right?
Yeah.
No, move Harper to third. I think Harper can play third base.
I'm just telling you what they tell me in Lehigh. His defense needs a lot of work. I don't think people realize.
It's like
you think Otto Pep was bad?
He's a DH, guys.
I was told that his best position is DH.
Yep, same thing. And I was told that in Wrangler last year. Like, hey, you know what? This is what's funny to me for the Felix Reyes like truthers now. I could have mentioned Felix Reyes to you a million times in April last year. You would have been like, who? Like,
yeah.
Like he was not.
I gotta give credit to Steve Porter. He's old. He told me since day one, this guy is a machine hitting.
He is. But it's funny because Felix Reyes was basically Cade Fergus 2 years ago at this time.
Cade Fergus has got a little bit of power.
Yeah, he does. I'm just saying though,
not a prospect.
But look at the numbers, guys. Look at the numbers. Look at the order at bat. 692 versus 755 last year. 871 versus 860. So Schwarber, I mean, he's Schwarber. He's going to get on base, be a base on balls, and he's going to hit a lot of home runs. Harper's 880 versus 829, and then the rest is a catastrophe, guys. I mean, you're like 100 to 200 points below. Look at the seventh hole hitter. I mean, at 499 versus 700 last year. I mean, it's just a catastrophe.
They would be 500 right now if they had their 2025 numbers from the bottom of the line.
Yeah, exactly. So they're not getting on base. So if they're not getting on base, the big bats cannot deliver. I mean, how many RBIs? And I don't have it here with me. Maybe how many RBIs Schwarber has so far?
14.
Like
that's not right.
Somewhere there. He had 130.
Yeah.
I mean,
but again, no one's on base for
more RBIs.
What was that?
Dom Smith has more RBIs.
Oh my!
Well, the Braves get on
has
base.
14 RBIs. Harper has 11. March has 11, and then Alec Bohm has 10. But Alec Bohm has 10. I think Alec Bohm has 10 RBIs since the first week. I mean,
yeah.
I have not seen anything
Alec
from Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm being the cleanup hitter worked for like a day, essentially. It worked on opening day.
Opening day. Yeah.
Hey guys, I used to play. Remember that guy from the Eagles? I played varsity. I used to play third base.
In Invincible. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy.
He was terrible. The guy that was terrible to try out.
Yeah, no, but I was talking about the guy that there's a video that goes viral with the kid saying, I play varsity. I mean, I can play third base. I mean, it's like, this is awful, guys. This is really, really ugly. Yeah. And you said it right, Tyler. I do believe that Baum and Stott has a lot to do with this. A lot to do with this, because they are not even the shadow of who they've been the last few years. And Stott is we know that Alec Bohm 99% won't be here next year. I mean, you never know in baseball, anything could happen. But Stott, this is his year where he needs to prove that he's capable of doing it. And I thought, remember when he lowered the hands and everything started kind of clicking at the end of last year? Well, lower the hands even further this year because they ain't clicking.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, my dad was a baseball coach for a lot of years, and he always says it, overmatched. And, you kind of try to ignore it, but he's been saying that since 2022. This guy is just overmatched. And I think that's what it is, honestly. He's fine. He's not a starter. He's a major league player, but he's just...
do you guys remember when he used to at least, have the long at-bats and foul everything off? Like, he's barely...
he doesn't do that anymore either.
Yeah,
by the way, I know people want to talk about this too, and Tyler and we're probably tired of even addressing this. What do you do with backup catcher?
Yeah.
Like...
I don't think
Marchand is a good defensive catcher.
Yeah, he is, but he's hitting 038. I don't know. Oh, by the way, he might have to play every day.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing. Look, guys, let's talk a little bit about some of the dynamics here. In terms of, these are like the three biggest news of the week. Zack Wheeler, he pitched today. It was not that pretty. It was cold, according to Topper. He hit around 93. I think it was his high.
Hey, Rob Thompson does not need to tell me it's cold out.
Yeah, no. I know. I know. You could say it's an excuse for his performance today.
No, but it is cold. Like, no, I agree with it, but it's like
they're gonna have to make a decision.
Yeah, we're well aware of that.
They're gonna have to make a decision. He would be available to pitch, I think, Friday when Painter would pitch.
The decision is made. He's going to pitch.
Okay. Good. So he's coming. He's coming. I would bring him. I would just manage expectations, not to push him too hard. Maybe throw 5 innings and just pull him out after that.
Look, he's admitted he's going to have some highs and lows. He's openly admitted this.
Yeah.
He was talking about this a couple weeks ago.
Ultimately, whatever happens with him, it's likely a better outcome than Walker. So
yeah, no, I agree. And
maybe he can get out of the first inning.
One thing about Zack, he's a student of the game. He's a student of the game. He understands.
He's a really good pitcher.
He's a really good pitcher, and he understands what he has and what he doesn't have, and he will play around it. So he's capable of doing that. Many other pitchers can do.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. When Zack Wheeler gets back on the regular rotation, they go back to a 5. Is Taijuan Walker here? Did they really keep him around again?
I don't think he should be. I'm surprised that he even is still here right now after that last performance. But maybe he does because of the amount of bullpen injuries that you have.
That's the point. Out. I think that's the point, Tyler. The number of injuries that you have. Well, those injuries are there.
What I get upset is when people say Dave Dombrowski won't eat a contract. I said, what are you talking about? There's a right field. Yeah, he just did. So that's not the issue. It's I agree with Tyler. I think it's the pitching. You need somebody.
Yeah, I mean, if they were all healthy, then I would say, yeah, just cut bait. But throw him in the bullpen. I mean, he's not going to be coming in leverage situations, It'll be good to have a long guy. And if he's really bad in that, then they can cut bait.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Like, you keep him, or you keep like somebody like Sugar that has done a decent job?
You can just bring Sugar back up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you have those options. To me, I always felt Taijuan Walker's fate was sealed with this team, even though it didn't happen until 3 years later when they did not pitch him in Game 4 of the NLCS. They went with Christopher Sanchez
in Arizona.
Yeah, that's what. Because I'm like, okay, then why is he here? Like, you paid this guy $18 million to be your fourth starter, and he's not pitching in Game 4. Something's
Listen
up.
to this: 18 innings, 28 hits, 10 bases on balls. He's allowed 38 runners. His WHIP is 2.04.
That's
He's
why they can't get out of a losing streak. Yeah.
It's
why are the Phillies 8-13?
We were hoping for the miracle of Friday. In Phillies basketball the other day, we were saying, hopefully we can get a miracle out of here.
Look, it's no secret. You want to know why the Phillies are 8-13? Taijuan Walker, the 4-hitter, the 6-hitter, the 7-hitter, and the 8-hitter they put in the lineup tonight.
Well, and now the other issue, Johan Duran.
Yeah,
losing Johan Duran, that is a big, big deal, guys.
He's going to be out longer than
at least he hasn't missed any save opportunities.
And it's a grade 2 strain, and obliques are very, very tough for pitchers.
Yes. Well, ask Ryan Kirkering how long it took him to get back from a hamstring injury.
This is very concerning. This was one that to me is very, very concerning, and we might miss him for a month.
Yeah,
I mean, or more. I hope not. Look, I mean, of course, I hope not. But that's a reality. So
I know that they said it was. I know that they said it was grade 2, but Thompson did kind of downplay it as like it wasn't like a
grade 2 is grade 2.
Grade 2 is a big deal. Yeah,
it is not a grade. I mean, the basic grade is further along. So I'm telling you, I hope he comes next week. I mean, whenever he's eligible. But
he was. This whole week, to me, when he wasn't pitching, I'm like, something's up. Like, because you put him in regardless, just to pitch him. But when you're not pitching him at all, you're like, okay, something's the matter. And finally came out. Oh, Elston. I don't know. It's
very concerning.
It went from they're playing bad to now everybody's getting hurt. That's usually not a good sign.
And now we have what? Pop is out. I mean, we have what are the other guys?
Zach Pop starts again. Zach Pop starts a game and he's out. Yep.
He's out. Bolin is out.
Duran and Lazar.
Yeah, Lazar's been hurt for a while.
Yeah, it's the other thing in today's game. I thought they should have. And I was connecting with Steve during the game, and I do agree. Painter. I mentioned it to Steve. I mean, the Painter should have, and I agree that Painter should have remained in the game. Look, you did it in San Francisco. Do it again here. Give him a chance.
By the way, I'll back Steve up on this too. He's got to give you more than 4 innings.
Yeah,
he has to.
Yeah, but beyond that, it's just look. Painter needs to. You need to give Painter a chance to get out.
But that's where I'm agreeing with him. Like, it just doesn't look good when he's only throwing 4 and you take him out at 80. Like, he has to give you more. He does. Whether that's on them or on him, you have to. Yeah. You can't blow this bullpen out right now.
Yeah, it is what it is, guys. I mean, it ain't pretty. And then, look, the Felix Reyes move is we talked about Otto Kemp. I do believe wholeheartedly the best thing for Otto Kemp, and I said it last week on the show. And I said, I've been saying it all week.
And he's getting every day at bats now.
Yep. He needs to get every day at bat. In a month, you can bring him back after the guy has enough at bats and he turns his bat around.
That's what I got made on social media about yesterday, and I'm glad I was in a bowling tournament, so I didn't have to deal with that crap. But, look, they're doing this for him. That doesn't mean they're admitting defeat on Otto Kemp. Chase Utley was sent down once. What are we doing here?
There's nothing.
Ryan Howard was sent down twice.
I think it's only going to be a benefit to him.
I
mean,
agree.
I honestly, even if he was hitting pretty well, his defense still needed some work. So it's good to get him every single day down there. And, I have no concern. I think it'll work itself out.
Yeah, and I think he'll be back, and I think he'll help this team at some
point. He'll be back when
season.
Reyes cools down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's where we are. We're 26 in run scores per game. We're 25th in batting average. We're 23rd in OPS. We're 9th now. Remember, we were like the best team in baseball in OPS. Now we're 9th against right-handed pitching. We're 30th against. We're the worst team in baseball hitting lefties. Worst OPS in all baseball. And then we've only produced 53 runs, which is 24th in baseball.
Well, they don't get any bats in versus scoring position. To add to your point.
Exactly. So, the chase rate is up massively. We're 26 in baseball now at 32.3. We're 20th on whiff. We're 15th in extra base hits. Again, hero ball. And then 19 strikeouts and 24th on base on balls. I'm telling you, it is messy. It is messy, and it's on the hitter.
It's not surprising that they're 8-13. And look, firing Rob Thompson ain't going to fix this, and firing Kevin Long ain't going to fix this. Kevin Long may be a scapegoat, but firing him ain't going to fix it. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to point this out right now, and Tyler, again, he knows this too. Oscar, you know this. Kevin Long's been working with Felix Reyes for multiple seasons. It's not, wait till Kevin Long gets a hold of him. You mean he's had a hold of him for a couple years now?
Yeah, he communicates with all of the players, and if he's not doing it, his assistants are.
Yeah, what do people think these guys do?
Hey guys, don't look at Kevin Long. I think you're looking in the wrong place. You have to look at the hitters.
Yeah, look at the hitters. It's always the player. I said this with the Eagles. Stop blaming Kevin Patullo. It's the players.
At the end, it's the players. I mean, I'm not saying Kevin Patullo is the second coming.
No, I'm not saying he's good, but the players failed him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree completely. The players, I mean, it starts with the players, the attitude to the players, A.J. Brown and company, and the way their attitudes, I mean, all of that. But beyond the Eagles part of this is all on the hitters.
I always use this scenario, right? I coach high school basketball. Our head coach has a brilliant play. It works every single time. It was 9 for 9 in scoring an easy layup this year, right? We use it at the end of a game. The point guard who never screws it up just misses the pass. Just missed the pass. It's not anybody's fault, but it's like, well, no, the play still worked, so we got fired a coach for that? We're not going to blame the player either. It happens. You're not perfect. No one's perfect.
When you look at these numbers, Tyler, what do you think about this?
I just don't understand. Like, how does it get to this point? This team is so much better than how they performed. But, I think they're all trying way too hard, and they're just swinging at everything. And I don't know. It'll work itself out eventually. But, yeah, as Jeff said, there could be a scapegoat in all of this. But
I hope not.
Ultimately, it's the players.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope this is addressed. I think whomever they're going to think of potential scapegoats do not deserve this, because it's not on them. It's on the players. And look,
they're 500. They're 5 under come June 1st. And if you want to do a scapegoat, fine. I don't like that, but
yeah, it's still early. Or if you're out of it in July already, then maybe it's your last ditch effort to try.
I saw someone put tonight on social media, again, negativity sparks engagement, people. Oh, it's still April, or it's still early. People are quiet tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't try to chase engagement all the time.
It's 12% of the season, guys. I mean, it's 21 games. I mean, it's like,
I don't like how they got swept by the Braves here, but the season is not over.
But it reminds me, that swept reminds me as the Mets series, guys. I mean, they couldn't do anything. I mean, to say anything, I mean, the bats, it's like they didn't go, they went to sleep and they didn't walk up, those bats.
I'm more concerned they can't win a game at home.
That is more concerning. I agree.
Like, they have 4 series losses at home already. They had 3 last year. 3.
They only won 2 series this whole year, too.
You're 2-5
in the second week of the season.
You're
By the way,
2-5
they needed the rally to win one of those series against Washington.
And if you think the hitting is a problem, I think
this
is almost the worst. Look at the ERA, guys. Look at the ERA.
Way, Caleb Cotham, in my mind, is one of the best pitching coaches in baseball. Should they fire him for that?
If they fire him, there's a.
If they fire him, I'm gonna go.
I think I have a typo, but let me double check that. Hold on. I think I have a typo. Yeah, it's a typo. This 24 here on the starting pitching. That was last week. It's the number. I mean, the number for the Phillies starters is 484, and we're 28th in baseball. 484 and 28th in baseball. That's kind of where we are. So
I got a text from a buddy of mine. He goes, that Schwarber hit at the end of the game, that's a hit for them anytime over the last 4 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree with him 100%.
I agree 100%.
Expected batting average of 430.
Guys, whichever way you look at it, I mean, 8-13 now. Actually, it's 8-13, 6-10 for starting pitching, 2-3 for our relievers. It ain't pretty. I mean, we're striking out. I mean, we look good on the strikeouts and base on balls. Doesn't look bad. We're 5th in strikeouts. We were 2nd last year behind Texas, and then Oscar, we're 2nd in base on balls. But
are they still in the top 10 of FIP?
I don't know.
We'll have to look that up. Yeah.
Coming into today, I saw that Painters was like 1.55. I couldn't believe how low it was. So yeah, I mean, there's
you mean the FIP?
Yeah,
on Painter.
Yeah, the FIP.
Yeah, it's on. Let me
What's
get it.
Taiwan Walker's? I'm curious.
I believe his was around 7.
Oh, well,
I mean, it's still better than what he's pitching at, but
it actually is amazing.
Significantly lower.
Yeah, it actually is amazing they got what they got from Taiwan Walker last year.
Oh, miracles will happen.
But I looked at last year and I said, maybe that's just who he is now. Maybe he's just like he's okay. And I don't think that anyone really expected it to go this bad.
I feel so bad for him because
last year the Phillies were the best team in baseball in FIP.
That doesn't surprise me.
Last year. Let me see 2026. Hold on.
Also, the guys everybody wanted to keep, Harrison Bader and all them, go look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but let's blame the GM.
Yeah. I need to clarify something because a lot of people looked at some old tweets of mine where I said I wanted to keep Bader in addition to Crawford. And, I didn't know. I should have, but Crawford's hit at every single level. But my point back then was I don't know how he's going to do in the majors. So why not?
It's not a bad point, though. Like, I wouldn't have been against them keeping Bader. I just didn't want him here for 2 years.
Well, yeah. I mean, he hasn't been good. I think he's injured now. A lot of the guys, even Bichette's been awful. He would have fit right in.
Yeah. Can you imagine if they were this bad and Bichette was hitting what he was hitting?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's pretty similar to Bohm. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, who would you have gotten outside of like Bichette or like P. Alonso maybe, but they were never in on him.
I know a lot of people wanted Suarez, but I mean, they could have signed him and traded Bohm and they didn't. Murakami, would he have even come here?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. You don't know. And there's
the
a lot of things that we don't know. Maybe the team did try to sign someone else.
Yeah, or like Suarez, like you mentioned Suarez, right? Okay, he was there for $15 million, but he has a lot of the problems that everybody else on this team has. He just can hit a home run.
Yeah, and I truly think that if they offered him the same deal that the Reds did, that he would have taken the Phillies deal. But the moment I saw that deal that he signed, I said the Phillies weren't interested.
No, and you know that. Like, for example, Harrison Bader, 2 years. No. 1 year, maybe. But the writing was kind of on the wall for Bader when they signed Garcia.
We're 35th.
Okay, so that hasn't changed.
329.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a feeling the starting pitching is going to turn around.
Yeah, it's from yesterday, but 179 innings and we're at 185. So I got it today. So
I'm not concerned with the starting pitching. I mean, I think a lot of those guys are pitching on eggshells the whole game too because the offense isn't scoring anything.
But this to me is the most important stat the entire year. I said it since day one. This whatever ERA this team is going to go according to our starting pitching is going to go because from a hitting standpoint we're going to be too streaky. So the starting pitching not allowing the runs is what's going to allow us to be able to win games.
Yeah, it's
the problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the starting pitcher is going to get a jolt again, and we just said he's not going to be a savior or anything, but Zack Wheeler is still Zack Wheeler. He's still a good pitcher. He takes a lot of pride. I still think he's not like he's excited. His fastball isn't what it is, but he's like, yeah, I get a chance to show everybody else what I can do. I'll show you two more
graphics, and then we're done. So here is kind of where the standings right now. This is including the game tonight.
It could be the
Braves. The Braves 15-7. They have won 5 straight games. We've lost 5. They scored 5.5 runs and they allowed 278. That's our ERA, and they're plus 57 on runs differential.
I am not surprised the Braves are as good as they are. I'm really not. I
am a little surprised that their pitching that's healthy is pitching as well.
Well, Sale
the offense. I mean, so good.
Elder has been pitching lights out for them.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
Here's the thing with the Braves to me. We knew they weren't as bad as they were last year, but you start 0-7, it's just hard to come back. And when they got to 500, okay, get over. Well, they never really did, and their season was kind of lost. Everybody got hurt. Maybe that's the Phillies this year. I don't know. Could be, and they could bounce back.
Outside of our relief pitching, and Wheeler, right? But he didn't start the season with us, so it'll get very, very interesting. The question is, to me, is a combination of two things. One is Luzardo, because more than anyone, right now, if you look at Nola, he's pitching at a 4 ERA. That's Nola. I'm fine.
That's fine.
390, 410. That he's going to win you. I don't know what he's going to end up the year at 12-8. I'm fine. That's Aaron Nola. That's your number 4, number 3, number 4 starter. But Luzardo and Christopher Sanchez need to step it up. They need to operate more like a 1 and 2, and then when Wheeler comes in, it's a share on top of the pie.
Also, we want to play the contract game. Aaron Nola's contract is not killing you. You're paying a guy $20 million to be a backup in San Diego right now.
You're paying a guy $17 million. Exactly. You're paying $17 million.
Oh, by the way, you're paying a guy currently $18 million on your roster to have a 9 ERA. You are. Who else am I missing in this equation? Oh, Alec Bohm gets paid like $10 million to hit 140.
11, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, that's your money.
Yeah, that's
JT's
your money.
Contracting. Yeah.
And it's their last year, right? It's the last year of those 3 contracts. Including Alec Bohm. So look, minor 38 run differential. To me, it speaks out loud. Who we are. We're 2-8 over the last 10 games. This team needs to step it up. We have the 4th highest payroll in baseball. The Mets and the Phillies have the 2nd and the 4th highest payroll in all baseball.
Okay, I'm not going to toot my horn here on the Mets. I'm not saying I was surprised they're 7-15, but I'm definitely not surprised they're as disjointed as they are because that thing looked like it was going to be a disaster when they were trying to.
Soto hasn't played. Soto hasn't played to this week, so that's the other thing.
And if you watch some of these games that they're playing right now, they're playing some really sloppy baseball. They're making terrible mistakes in the fields. I know that obviously their pitching's performed a little bit better than ours has, but they're finding new ways to lose every single game. So it could be worse.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Let me go to the last slide so we could. It's at the end, so I gotta pull it out from here. Here we go, guys. Here you go.
This is what happens basically 50 minutes goes by quick.
What was that? Yeah, it goes very, very quickly. So here's kind of where we are in terms of what's coming up. I took this picture when the thing happened, right? So basically, look, Chicago, we're going against Rea, Imanaga, Cabrera, and Taillon. And you said something.
They just changed that, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So now Wednesday is going to be Matthew Boyd. And then Thursday is Cabrera.
Yeah, okay. More lefties.
Yeah, of course.
So
and Taiwan Walker, there's going to be an opener on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's going to be an opener. Yeah, it's going to be an opener. But then the question is if Wheeler is going to throw that Friday game in Atlanta, the opening in Atlanta against home. That's the biggest question here. But it doesn't get any easy, guys. This is not going to be easy for the Phils. You have to play Chicago. You have to play Atlanta on the road, and then you come play San Francisco at home. San Francisco does not hit as much. But
who
look,
do they play after San Francisco?
We're facing Roop, that has been pitching lights out. The last 2 outings have been incredible. And then Webb, which is a hell of a pitcher, and Hauser. So, look, it ain't going to be pretty. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of lefty openers in the next 2 weeks. So,
but Oscar, this is what you said about a week ago. Like, hey, look, they're not playing well against the bad part of their schedule. Now they're going to start playing some good teams. And
now things are going to get
after San Francisco is Miami.
Oh, okay. Oh, but right now they're better than the Phillies, so they're starting to come down there.
It ain't going to be pretty, guys. So, hey, thank you so much for being here with us, and for all of you to listening to how a couple or three of the Phillies fans start going at each other and pulling hairs here, trying to figure it out what's going on.
I'm not a fan. I just cover them.
Hey, we could do a post game.
You're a fan. You're a man.
I'm not a fan. I cover the team. That's what
we could do a post game space to really get the people.
Hey, Tyler, you and I are fans. I mean, you got to be a fan at heart. Come on, Jeff.
I'm a fan of baseball.
I know.
I'm a fan of football. Like it's
when Jeff retires, he'll admit it.
If I retire,
you gotta look at this.
Right, come on. You're. If I retire, let's be.
I mean, what is the difference between the series Walking Dead and the new terror series? I don't know, whatever that is.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, it means that we're playing terror movies. I mean, the Phillies are a terror movie right now. So that's what it is. Hey, guys, I mean, let's just hope we can turn it around. They're flying in tonight to Chicago. It's not a bad thing to fly and just go and try to get rid of this as soon as possible. And hopefully we can have a winning week and they can surprise us. But we're going to have to hit much better. And not only the top of the lineup, I mean, with Turner, but the bottom of the lineup needs to start getting on base a lot more. Anything else, Tyler? Where can we follow you in social media?
Yeah, just at Phil's Tailgate. I appreciate all the support from everybody. Trying not to get too emotional during these games.
Oh, come on.
Tyler's smart. He stays off that app during games, unless he's putting an important.
A couple of days ago, I did not. I deleted a few tweets, but.
Well, guys, always a pleasure and an honor to be with all of you. And Tyler, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for always being a part of the show and doing such a great job at Phil's Tailgate. We love what you do, and keep doing it. Keep bringing it, brother.
Appreciate it.
Jeff, anything else, brother? I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll be at at noon or in the afternoon in Mike's show.
I have no idea what time we're going to be online.
We let Mike that leads the show tell us when he needs us. And we always show up.
We're going to complain tomorrow too.
Man, we're going to complain tomorrow, and I'll have tomorrow the stat for every player, so you guys can jump on top of them. I just didn't want to do it today, so. Hey, have a wonderful week. God bless, guys, and I'll see you. And thank you so much for always being with us. Take it easy, guys.
Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo de Mundito entre right center field, la bola pica, se extiende, viene anotando Stott, empata el juego, también manda para la bola Turner anota y los Phillies se van arriba. Se prepara, Mundito en segunda, el lanzamiento, batazo profundo para el center field, la bola se va, Schwarber Bob, ¡campanazo! Aquí viene el lanzamiento. Swing y Poncho!